everyone, because I defend Palestine, I get these dumbasses being like, these people hate you. It's like, no, they don't. So many strangers invite me. In America, I don't get invited to strangers' homes to drink tea and discuss politics.
The Virgin Mary is the most important woman in the religion of Islam. She has her own chapter. We're not allowed to disrespect Jesus Christ the way a lot of filmmakers are these days. They got Nicolas Cage. I guess his career is that finished. He's that cooked. That I, as a Muslim, have to watch a commercial about a horror film coming out that's going to portray Jesus Christ as a monster. I'm offended. I know my Christian brothers and sisters are too, but my point is this. We're not enemies. I understand things happen. I understand there was rotten rulers and corrupt kings, and towards the end of the Ottoman Empire, corrupt sultans.
Yeah, there's bad Christians, there's bad Muslims, there's bad Jews.
The Ottoman Turks, they were violent with my people. We fought them. We resisted them. Eventually, they conquered us. A lot of us converted to their faith because it was just easier and you could rise up the ranks. A lot of Albanians got a lot of power during that time. But they did commit atrocities. They did take our children and send them to Istanbul and force them to convert to Islam. That's not Islam's fault. Chapter 2 of the Holy Quran says, there is no compulsion in religion. There is no force because it defeats the purpose. If I got to put a sword to your throat to make you believe in what I believe in, then that's not true faith.
That's not belief, yeah.
And God says it in the book. Yet all you hear on the news is infidel this, infidel that. Every time the word infidel is mentioned in the Quran, it's talking about the pagan Arabs that were trying to exterminate the Prophet Muhammad and the first Christians. And when they're using the verse in the news where it says, and kill the non-believers wherever you find them, that's actually God not commanding the Muslims. He's commanding the angels at the Battle of Badr where they're outnumbered 3-1. So God says in the Quran, I sent angels down and commanded them to destroy your opponents. It was a miracle. They were outnumbered. There was no way they could have won. It doesn't say, kill the Christian, chop their neck. It's actually God commanding the angels to take out the pagan Arabs that were trying to wipe out the first Muslims. Yeah. What actually happened was during that time of oppression, because the last thing the actions did in their inception, the Prophet did was command to fight back. But after over a decade of persecution, being murdered by their own family, by their own tribes for declaring there's only one God, he ordered a very large group of his followers to go to ancient Abyssinia, which is today modern Ethiopia. There was a righteous Christian king known as the Negus, Negus. Okay, your stupid minds. That's the word. He was the righteous Christian king that the first Muslims sought refuge in. And when the pagan Arabs came to wipe out, they wanted the Muslims because they had like an alliance.
Yeah.
He said, wait, we believe in Jesus too. We believe he's the Messiah. He's like, you will not touch these men. Yeah, we don't agree, but you will not lay a single hand. He could have gave them up and kept the friendly relations. Instead, he protected the Muslims. Yet you've never heard that story, probably.
No, I haven't.
So if the Christian is the infidel in Islam, why would the Prophet Muhammad command his followers to go seek protection to the Christian?
Okay, Pausum, I don't know if this one's, I'll just read it. I haven't read it yet. Pausums, it's 137:9. Blessed is thee who seizes your infants and dashes them against the rocks. It is not a holy book. Your God's, okay, this guy's, I guess, like talking crap. But,
yeah, but which book is that? You see what I'm saying? But it can be out of context, bro.
I think there might be another negative one, but whatever. I'll just read them anyways.
Listen, anything out of context.
You think a shady voice telling you to sacrifice your child is worth worshiping? You are the problem. Every Abrahamic religion does. I guess he's bashing all Abrahamic religions.
Yeah, they're bashing
it's
Abraham.
Just,
God didn't let Abraham sacrifice his son. It was the ultimate test. It was the ultimate test. Why? Because Abraham couldn't have a son.
You know, so even if you don't believe
he prayed to God.
You don't need to bash them. That's kind of my take. I mean, everyone doesn't have to be religious, but to sit there and bash the religion seems kind of...
First of all, he didn't let the sacrifice go through, right? He replaced it with a lamb, but it was the ultimate test because it was the one thing that Abraham loved the most. He wanted a successor. God gave it to him. But it was also a lesson to all of us that follow the Abrahamic faith that even your own child is a gift from God or a test because your kid could be the worst thing that ever happened to you.
Yeah.
Right? I'm sure Jeffrey Dahmer's mom was like, man, why did I have...
Jesus, that's disgusting to think about.
Nothing is yours, not even your child. Everything has come from the Creator. So that test to Abraham was, do you really believe in me? Prove it by giving back the one, because it was a gift. I gave it to you, send it back to me. And when he actually went through with it, nothing happened because he's not a God of blood sacrifice and all that stuff. He is a merciful Lord, but that was a very challenging test from one of his, and that's why God blessed him and gave him lineage to the Israelites and the Arabs, because the Prophet Muhammad comes from the other side, the side of Ishmael. He gave two sides revelation. That's what the Muslims believe. We believe that the Israelites weren't chosen like they're the only people that are saved, because that's not a merciful God.
Yeah.
12 million, 9 billion, that's not a merciful God.
No, that doesn't make sense.
It was they were chosen to receive revelation. And the Muslims believe when they killed John the Baptist, and then they tried to crucify, we don't believe he died on the cross. We believe God saved him. That's the only difference.
Interesting.
And you guys believe he's God or the Son of God.
You believe he's
Those
a
are the
prophet.
two differences that we believe. We believe he was just another prophet in the chain. We believe that when they did not accept the Messiah, Jesus Christ, peace and blessings be upon him, revelation went from the other side of Abraham to the other side. So it went from the Israelites the final testament was passed through the Arabs, still direct lineage to the prophet Abraham, peace be upon him. But Abraham was blessed because of that test and because of his relationship to God. All the prophets came from that lineage.
Yeah, I want to circle back one more, a little off topic, but I want to go with just one more question about Charlie Kirk before we move on. I mean, we hop into religion again, but do you think that was a professional hit?
I mean, it's pretty obvious, bro.
Yeah, it kind of seems that way, right?
I mean, do you understand what it is? Like, how many people were even there on stage for that bullet not to, like, I mean, it was like such an amazing shot. I mean, I'm not a military expert.
Right in the jugular, one shot.
I mean, I went shooting with my wife like a couple months ago in Dallas, bro. I didn't even hit the target, dude. Like, I was horrific.
No, I'm not a great shot, so I don't know.
I was close. Close. I was
50 yards. That's 2.5 football fields. That's pretty far. I know some of these military guys are like, oh, that's an easy shot. But it's like, yeah, you're trained. That's kind of the point.
That's the whole point.
That's the whole point. Yeah. Maybe these guys are trying to sound cool. Like, oh, that's an easy shot. It's like, yeah,
I couldn't hit a target in front of me.
Or a serious